So how is everybody doing today? I thought I'm just going to start a couple minutes early because I'm sitting here, and I'm not going to stay on probably for the whole hour. This is going to be a huge, probably Q&A, but I'm going to say hi to everybody first, and then we are going to discuss, the matters at hand, but also discuss, those two young ladies who have weight loss channels. I've spoken about them multiple times. And I just wanted to get the audience's feel, but also give my thoughts on it, on how, first of all, to both Beatrice and April Lauren, I do hope you are okay. Like, I hope that everybody is well and happy and healthy, and that you're just taking breaks from YouTube. I'm going to say hi to everybody first, but before I just wanted to get that out of the way, because I'm not hoping that there's problems with either of them. Let's see. Slatchikin said they were saying on Alona's live stream that April Lauren is moving to Hawaii. Yeah, I don't know. I can say that if you tell, like, it does get to be very odd. It's like when you encourage people to follow you, get motivation from you. The scary part I see in her comment stream is that people like depend upon her for motivation or for something. I don't really know why, but I don't know why the internet does a lot of the things the internet does, and I just find it like super off-putting that it's just a disappearance. That it's just a disappearance. Like there's just like all of a sudden people are just gone. And that's where it gets to be the issue. Like I'm going to say hi to everybody and then we'll go on it. I did want to point out we still are running deals here for our coaching and a 30-minute consultation. You can join our app. The app has gotten to be amazing. You can book for classes on the app, consultations right on the app. We do them right on the app. We're making it so we don't even need to leave it. You can track all of your food, all of your nutrition. You're in the Hunger Management Support Group, which you get to send messages to Crystal and myself and the other members of the group. You get to send private messages. Crystal's done an amazing job with this app over the course of the years and watching it evolve. My wife is a fucking genius. It's amazing. So, Captain Fluffy Paws. I absolutely fucking love your name. Hey, what's up, Shakara? I'll watch on replay, but first, but I find it very disrespectful to vanish on your audience. I would never imagine doing that. And I've found it odd before, like when if I disappear, you can almost guarantee it's because I'm banned. It's because I have a strike on me and they won't let me upload. And then in which case you can check my other forms of social media. And that is the thing. And I by the way, Shakira, I completely agree with you. I hope you're doing phenomenal. Got to have you back on the channel at some point in time soon, or I'd love to be on your channel at some point in time. Nobody ever has me on their channel. It's like they're afraid I'm going to fucking get them in trouble. But the biggest thing I can say is that like they're just silent. Like if I go dark on YouTube, people check me out on Twitter, which you can follow me, the MFing COO on Twitter or on Instagram. They allow me on Instagram. Instagram's probably going to get yanked here at some point in time because I'm talking about fat people on it now. I can talk about the jab on Instagram now, but fat people out of bounds, But I find it just crazy that there's like silence. Like there's not even a community tab post like, hey, busy, everything like that. And for April, I really don't understand because she claimed she had all of her footage for like a month ahead of time. So I just find like, at least to give your audience a heads up, Beatrice was actually in the middle of a 30-day no fast food challenge, did like 5 days of it and then disappeared, like hasn't posted since. So I do hope she is okay. And I would also like to state this, and I truly, truly mean this. And this is to you, these two ladies out there and anybody in their audience, please let them know. I have consistently, and I believe Alona did and everybody else did, I have consistently suggested that losing weight online is very bad for the creator. And these two ladies are showing that my advice held very, very, very true. It is something I warned them both about at the very beginning. Even in the positive video I did a positive video on both of these ladies at the very beginning of their YouTube fitness weight loss journey / marketing campaign to get sponsorships and sell shit. Because that's literally what it is. But I've said before, it's just very detrimental to try to lose weight when It's about you, right? Because here's the thing, like April's going to lose. If say April loses 200 pounds, she's not going to look the way she thinks she's going to look, and sometimes that gets in the way. Same thing with Beatrice, like. But I just find it super, super, super disrespectful to their entire audience to just not tell them where they're going. That all said, I have given these ladies advice over the internet and their audience's advice over the internet for the last 2.5, 3 years. If these ladies took my advice and just left the internet, if they just left, if you are listening to this, April Lauren, Beatrice Caruso, if you are listening to this and you finally took my advice to just give up losing weight online and focus on getting healthier yourself, I will coach you individually for free for 3 months and sign a non-disclosure agreement that says I will never, ever, ever speak of it unless you speak of it first. And I've said it on this, as far as I'm concerned, this is a binding contract for April Lauren or Beatrice Caruso. If you have left the internet because you wanted to focus on getting healthier, as I have suggested for years, I will, in fact, coach the two of you for free individually. One of you, both of you, I don't care, individually on me for 3 months, and it will never be spoken of. I will sign whatever agreement you want me to. As long as you don't speak of it, I won't speak of it. I just want to help you. And I mean that sincerely. I just want to help you. If you have taken my advice, I'm not going to dogpile on and keep going about your weight loss and stuff like that. I will say that it's super disingenuous, and you should really, both of you, owe your audiences a very extreme apology. A lot of people in your audience are very, very stupid and fragile people. Stupid. Just to believe April Lauren's numbers, you got to be somewhat stupid. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult any of you. Well, I'm not trying to insult any of you. In fact, it's just like reality if reality is insulting to you, sorry. But I will coach you on me for 3 months to help you. That stands. You both do owe your audiences a very sincere apology, because a lot of people depended upon you to do these things. I mean, Beatrice was in the middle of a challenge. That's very bad. And if either of them got sick or something like that, I feel very, very, very sorry for them. However, I mean, even sick, like I remember I was like literally almost in a wheelchair when I tore my groin, and I still was texting and messaging and everything like that, saying, "Hey, I'm fine. I just hurt myself at the gym, blah, blah, blah." So I find it, you want the money from YouTube revenue, and you want the money from sponsorships, and you want the money to sell stuff to these people, but then you're not going to let these people know, and you're just going to disappear on them, especially in the middle of a challenge. That is super disingenuous. It really is. And I'm sorry that if you are going through a hard time, and now I'm adding on to that by saying that was a horrible thing to do. I'm sorry if you feel that way, but in fact, it doesn't matter whether you feel it's horrible for me to say. It's a horrible thing to do. And not saying it is not going to change the fact that you have really disrespected a lot of people. And you could, both these women could have literally just disrupted the weight loss health journey of other people that were depending upon them for motivation by just leaving. And that's very bad. That's one of the reasons why, it's one of the reasons why I don't think that people should follow weight loss online. Weight loss advice, of course, I give weight loss advice. That's great. That's fine. I think that there's many possible ways to go about this, but to follow your journey online, they almost never, ever, ever make it. And it's like they never really come to fruition with it. It's so rare, but yet they try to build these audiences up that are very faithful, very, very, very feral about protecting them and everything like that. They'll look past all sorts of stuff, and then to do this is very bad. The offer stands, but again, I agree with Ileana. Super shitty thing to do to your audiences. People always paint me as the mean guy and the bad guy and everything like that. But out of me telling you guys you should lose weight for your health, for your family, for your friends, for your society, for the planet, and it hurting your feelings, that makes me a bad person. But you totally ghosting your entire audiences after monetizing them for 3 years, that makes you a super fucking shitty person. So I'd still help you, because I'd help anybody, and the offer will always stand. But that does make you a super shitty person. JDW, what's up? Jesse, how you doing? Slatsukin, Angela, Angel, Jet Batman, Annie, how are you? Amelia, Christian, Andrea, Troy, Taylor, Carlos, what's going on? Julian, how you been? Amy Jones, finally watched it live. I was away for a month in Aussie, so I was catching up. Good, good, good. I hope you had a great time. And hey, here's our deal. Again, 3 months worth of coaching or the consultation. Please do. We have some slots available. And I will absolutely do. We're going to do a whole Q&A here with the audience about this. And I will answer any questions about weight loss. I can tell you, one of the things I'm going to hit on here is how I would start coaching both of them. Because this is what we do in our coaching. So this is how I would coach both of them. But I'm going to say hi to everybody first. Special star, Athena, Kimberly, Brian, what's happening, my motherfucker, Uncle John, Shy Franklinstein, Lauren. This is your first live, Lauren. Welcome. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy. Runblade, what's going on? Gothica, how are you doing? Amy Jacobs, what's going on? And Nick C, what's up, motherfucker? Bad Girl Bex. Bad Girl Bex. Ooh, trying to tell somebody something. April's sat in her new home in Hawaii and absolutely loving that people are worrying where she is. She lives for attention, and any concerns just validate her existence on YouTube even more. I'm just gonna say this. Is your app in the App Store? It is, but our app is Trainerize, okay? But we have a personalized app on it. So when you sign into our subscription, it will change over to our app. But it is in the App Store, but you can also, hang on a second, if you just want to join the app, we can do this. Give me 1 second. If you just want to join the app, here you go. By the way, no morbidity for sale at Vitamin Shop, for sale at Ambrosia Collective. Should be back at Tiger Fitness any minute now, but here's no morbidity, but here's also just how to straight join the app. It puts you in the Hunger Man support group. You'll be good to go. Autumn, how are you? Allie K, what's going on? Stephanie, how are you? Hey, Lindsay, what's going on? Amy Jacobs, let's see. Rebecca, Martina, Stephanie, Lions Planet, Priscilla, Ultimate Fitness and Nutrition. She told her followers you had all videos a month in advance. That's what I don't get. Like, I mean, if the videos were all a month in advance, I don't understand. Like, when you see a video from me, by the way, it's normally shot that day. Like, I just fucking put that shit out. So, great to see you here. Yeah, I'm absolutely. Again, Shakira, we have to get a hold of each other, organize something where we can be. You can be on the channel, or I'd love to be on your channel, or we can do both channels. I don't fucking care. People with common sense need to fucking stick together. Cactus Patch, how are you doing? You try to help people, they just don't listen. That's true. If they had taken all of your advice, they'd be healthy by now. April Lauren's been at this a long time. She should at least be 160 pounds down at this point in time. That's her only job. And I'm going to go over how I would do this. So you lease a horse of water, but you can't make it drink. Very generous. Thank you very much. Am I the only one that sees April's face? She looks like Amber Lynn. I swear. April Lynn, yeah. They won't do it. It takes attention away from them. Exactly. With an NDA, they are crazy for not taking advice. They're not going to take the advice. They're not. Crystal could even be their coach. I don't give a fuck. Like, here's reality, okay? I've made money from these two women on YouTube. It's undeniable. I've made ad revenue from their videos. I'm probably making ad revenue as we speak. Pennies, but ad revenue as we speak from videos I've done from them and from this one, right? If they took my advice that I initially gave them and just left the internet because it's bad for their health journey and they're trying to get healthy, I will absolutely help them because I've made money from them not taking my advice. And if they all of a sudden start doing it, as far as I'm concerned, it's what I should do. You know, like I have a business where I coach people on how to be healthy and build healthy habits. They both are very, very, very in need of this. They don't need more diets, neither of them. They both just trash themselves on a daily basis. The diets don't help. What they're showing they eat on camera, we all know is clearly not what they're eating. Beatrice probably takes in 26 to 3,000 calories minimum every single day. April Lauren, probably 300 or 3,000 to 3,500 every single day. April Lauren should likely take in an average of 1,500 calories, mostly protein, healthy fats, and Beatrice likely about the same. Beatrice would lose somewhere around, 2 pounds a week. April should lose 3 for a little while, 3 or 4, especially because April has no other fucking job besides to fucking, cook food, be healthy, and work out. She should lose 4 pounds a fucking week, 3 to 4, probably 3 pounds a week for a while. I would start them off by they wake up, 30 ounces of fluid in the morning, then cup of coffee. They would take from there product 2's first dose, which would be out by the time they would likely start within the next 4 or 5 weeks. They would take their first dose of product 2. Then they would focus on water and hydration. They would get, for April, about 150 ounces of fluid before midday. Any water that's drank after that, I would suggest that the workout goes along with it, and we could have them go on Hydroglyph, which is our new drink additive from Ambrosia Collective. I'm going to be doing a video probably on it today because I get my first bag of it. I've tested it out before. It tastes great. It breaks up the monotony of it, but it also adds electrolytes and amino acids and stuff like that to help, get the person going after they've broken their fast, keep their hunger at bay because it provides nutrients. At midday, they would have likely their first meal, all protein, healthy fats, probably a piece of chicken, a piece of steak, a piece of pork only for their first meal. And then they would be completely satiated. They'd take their second dose of product 2 right then, probably any vitamin D. They'd take Immortal they would probably take an Immortal first thing in the morning as a micronutrient, basically prophylaxis, because it's the best. Immortal's the best multivitamin on the market, period. Nobody can argue with me because it's like 3 different products, 3 to 5 different products, depending on how you want to look at it, because it has probiotics, it has multivitamin, it has multiple other things. Like it has probiotics, multivitamin, greens formula, and it has some stuff for detoxification. After they would be done with the Hydroglyph, we would put them. They could do a drink of nectar in the evening, but their dinner would consist of more protein and healthy fats, green vegetables, and a starchy vegetable. And then in the evening, they could have either a sweet potato or some yogurt with some protein powder. Planta protein powder mixes amazing with yogurt for the probiotics and a little bit extra protein. And by the time April's done for the day, she should have somewhere around 200 to 225 ounces of fluid in her completely. And for Beatrice, it should be somewhere around 180 to 200 ounces of total fluid in them for the day. And we would just repeat this. After about a month of them strictly losing weight, we would have them then plan in rotation item they want to eat just for pleasure, which is normally like what April pretty much eats all the time, the pasta, the sugars, that stuff like that. Because if you don't think that she's gorging on that stuff, you are not paying attention. You're just not. And then we would have them do just, pretty moderate activity. Like Beatrice, you guys, like both of them could work out however they would want, but I would insist upon check in with a 30-minute walk every single day. Just walk at a pace. No need for crazy workouts. April Lauren could eat 1,500 calories to 1,700 calories a day, be very satiated, especially because they'd be taking no morbidity right before their evening meal. I forgot to add that. They would definitely be taking no morbidity right before their evening meal. So their sleep would be better. They'd be completely hydrated. Their stress would be better. Their inflammation would dramatically drop. Both these ladies would drop probably 15, 20 pounds within the first, couple weeks of just hydration weight and stuff like that. We would just have them be completely satiated, satisfied, making sure that they're paying attention to their food the next day, and then start working back into normal habits of the occasional indulgence. If we fail because the indulgence causes a binge or something like that, we know that indulgence needs to be done a different way or not done at all, and move on to a different indulgence occasionally. That way it gets them ready for the holidays, for birthdays. It's a more normalized, liberalized lifestyle. And that's what both these ladies need. Neither of these people are going to be fitness influencers. Neither of these people should be even considering being weight loss influencers. Both of these people are very severely morbidly obese women who have very severe problems with food and food behaviors. They shouldn't be anybody's guide at all. They shouldn't be anybody's guide whatsoever. Then that's where they both fell down. They both wanted to be influencers when they should just really be people getting help. And that's the truth. So But don't forget, Alan is all about the money and not helping people. That's right. That's right. That's what everybody says. Don't get me wrong. I want to make some fucking cash. For real. I want to make some goddamn money. I want to be able to fucking disappear into the woods here in about 5 years. And I got to buy my fucking plot of land and build my fucking cabin on it. Because that's the truth. That's what I want. I want to grow my own food, hunt my own food, raise my own rabbit, raise my own quail, raise a perennial garden, raise all my own medicine, have solar, have all that shit, and just fucking disappear from society in about 3 or 4 years. I want to be done. I want to be done. I'll still write books occasionally, maybe even under a ghost name. And none of you guys, I could be writing books right now under a ghost name. None of you guys know. Because it's not just going to be fitness. I've got some religious stuff I want to write, all sorts of stuff. I've got aspirations. I'm a fucking complex human being. You know? But thank you. April was too selfish, I think. She is very into herself. I don't think she could stop spouting her BS and take, I probably not, but I'm going to make the offer no matter what. But yeah, they want to keep making content for their journeys. Exactly. I initially liked April's content, but it became readily apparent that she wasn't making progress. I have a hard time believing that she has even lost close to the weight she's lost. Beatrice's grandpa was in the hospital for a long time. Hope nothing happens. I do too, but I'm just going to say, just so you guys don't know, I mean, like, my mother literally was dying. She's recovering a little bit, but my mother is elderly and not doing well. My mother almost died about a couple of weeks ago. I still make videos every day, just about. I just didn't go live because I had to travel. So, I mean, I feel for you, but when you make it when you make this type of commitment where people depend upon your words in order to find motivation, or find knowledge or something like that, and you commit to saying, I'm going to be doing this A, B, C, D, E, you should say, hey, I'm not going to be posting this weekend because I'm flying to Pittsburgh to see my mother in a rehabilitation center. Or, hey, I'm not going to be able to post because I'm flying for an event that I have. Like, people depend upon you, so they should know what's happening, because then they don't know what's happening. It actually causes ambient stress to the person, because the audiences oftentimes, they like develop an affinity for the person. Like, I don't know how the fuck you motherfuckers like me, because I am like abjectly just a mean motherfucker. But because I just don't, I want to help people as much as I can, but if you don't want help, I'm way past that now. I'm way past that. Like, if I'm not going to be able to help you, you're fodder. I mean, because we're at that stage in society. Like, if you don't want, I will do everything I can to help you. I will consistently try to help people, try to wake people up. But those that don't want to hear it, I don't fucking care. You're going to have to do what you do, and you're going to be used as an example. And when you fucking die from being so fucking fat that you can't even fucking move, and it caused your death at the age of 40, I'm going to fucking do a video on it and say, look what the fuck happened. Because other people need to see that shit. But when you make a commitment to this, like, and people depend upon you, and you don't show up, there's ambient stress involved. Like, oh shit, what happened? I hope they're okay. So there's ambient stress. You're causing your audience of people who are likely binge eaters stress. You're horrible. You're a horrible person. I mean, it's very bad. It's not a nice thing to do by any stretch of the imagination. It's why I refuse to post pics until after I'm done. Good for you. Don't depend on others' motivation being intrinsic. That is the fucking truth, Amy. Great goddamn fucking statement. April, if you see this, take the NDA and the advice. I mean it. I would, as long as they would never speak about it, I'd never speak about it. As long as they would not speak about it, I'd never speak about it. Okay? Ever. Ultra Cat, how you doing? Lori Ann Locke, what's going on? Both these women are a waste of time. Unless they change, I completely agree. Also, it's been 1 week. It's been a week on one pill of Nomo a day, and so far it's been good for me. Looking forward to seeing how it lasts for the next month. Let me know, Jillian, and I really appreciate that. So if that's like going down from 3 capsules a day to 2 capsules a day to 1 capsule a day, when you first start it, just start with the 3. In 3 days, you'll be like, holy shit, I'm just not hungry, and anything I eat fills me the fuck up. You know, focus on your hydration, focus on protein first, and let's fucking do this shit. You know, you know, let's understand like that where it's at. If you want to start moving down, like, okay, I've been on no morbidity, I've lost plenty of weight, I'm almost not hungry enough to eat what I need to eat. Drop it down to 2. If it's still that way, drop it down to 1. If it's still that way, drop off of it and see if you're just built enough healthy habits that you are maintained. Because the idea is We want people to be able to take No Morbidity, build up their lifestyle skills, and if possible, not need it anymore. Now, if you need to be on it forever, there's no problem with it because I've been on it like for 6 months on, 1 month off for a long fucking time. So, but thank you very much, Julian. I appreciate it. Hello, first live, Tia. How are you? 6 foot woman. Give me a second. I thought I had a client check it, dong in. I didn't. Went from 345 to 175. You're a fucking savage. That is out goddamn standing. That's a fucking hero in our society today. That is a fucking hero in our fucking society. And Tia, please do check out No Morbidity and let me know. I also got to say, by the way, anybody, here's how you join the app, get No Morbidity. Thank you very much, Tia. And for anybody else, Tia, everybody tell her she did a fucking amazing job, first of all, because holy shit. Here's a 3-month coaching package and how to get a 30-minute consultation. It gets you our app also, free live pre-recorded classes. Tia, that's out fucking standing. Give it a try. And what I think you do when you are on No Morbidity at your largest meal of the day, because this is something I would have them also do. At your largest meal of the day, eat 75% of what you normally put on your plate, drink 20 ounces of fluid, wait 20 minutes while you're on No Morbidity and see if you're still hungry. If you are not, put the rest of that food up. If you get hungry later, eat that. If not, it's leftovers for the next day. And then the next time you make that plate, you know to put smaller portions on your plate while you're on No Morbidity. It should be the 200 to 300 calories a day to 200 to 250 calories a day that you're looking for, plus the minimization of snacking and stuff like that. Hopefully that will help you to get the last like 10 to 15 pounds off. I do also suggest that you see how much of it, if you do have loose skin from 345 to 175, I imagine you have a little bit at least. So please do have that assessed too, how much of that weight is just loose skin versus fat. Okay. The freak has joined the conversation. Who's the freak? Hey, Alan, did you see people upset over the whale winning last night? I do not watch any awards from Hollywood. These people give each other awards and then have us like, oh my God, yes, they did such a great job. We said they did such a great job. You applaud. So, I mean, I don't even watch most of the movies that win that shit. And I definitely don't, because I don't give a fuck about the actors. Entertain me, shut the fuck up the rest of the goddamn time. Oh, they did such a great job. That's their fucking job. You know how they get rewarded? They keep getting fucking work. We give them fucking awards for pretending to be other people. It's fucking weird. It's a problem with our society. It's fucking very strange. Very strange. Very, very strange. You know, I mean, how many people have literally had to suck a cock to receive that award? Let's ask Weinstein, shall we? I mean, that's why I don't watch that shit. It's ridiculous. But did I see people upset with the whale winning? I haven't watched The Whale either, just so everybody knows. But I gotta say that it's like if we really wanted to make a movie about a 600-pound person, we could find a 600-pound person and watch them try to struggle in life. It showed this guy struggling. I think that from what I understand, that is a very appropriate, a very, 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 very appropriate thought of it. So I haven't seen it, but I did see it. I mean, they're going to be upset. Anybody that tells anybody that they're fat is super upset. I mean, look at this fucking Samira girl. Like, they're crazy. We are allowing them to be just fucking crazy, and people are like, oh yeah, that's such a good point. No, it's not. You're fucking it would literally take a fucking crane to move you from place to place, and you're fucking telling me that you have points. No, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, Candid by Denise, how are you doing? /Chicken. Oh, great. What flavor did you get? You're very welcome. Tiffany, what's going on? These two totally merged together in the mind. Amberlyn Reed and April Lauren in a private chat with Tiffany and with Julian and that Lindsay with an A on Twitter. I refer to them as we refer to her as April Lynn. I mean, she sounds very much like her. I've offered to pay for your coaching to 2 different people a month ago and still have not heard back. Lead a horse to water. That's kind of sad. And thank you very much for trying. I appreciate it. They're running out of things to shift the blame to so they can run away. That's pretty much what it is. All right. So questions, guys. I've gone over how I would coach them and what we would start them on. The supplements, again, would be wake up in the morning. They could even start their day with Ritual AM if they wanted to instead of coffee, but try to just, get as much hydration you can, as much water as you can, 30 ounces to start the day off, then some coffee, then focus on fluid for the rest of the morning. No food until about midday. There would be Immortal, and then there would be first dose of product 2, and then at noon there would be second dose of product 2. Likely we would start putting in a nutrient driver, and that's when they would fill their next water jug up with hydroglyph to provide essential amino acids, and also to provide electrolytes, those sorts of things to keep them going throughout the day, keep their hunger down. And then about 2 hours before their evening meal, they would have no morbidity. They would take their third dose of product 2, and then they would eat their evening meal. All whole foods, starting with protein only first at their first meal, steak, chicken, something like that. A well-balanced meal, meaning like their plate should look the size of their fist in protein, the size of 2 fists in vegetables, the size of the side of their fist in a non-processed starch, either rice, potato, sweet potato, parsnips, carrots. Then in the evening, if they wanted a snack, they could have a scoop of protein powder in a half cup of full-fat Greek yogurt. Boom. That would result in both of them being extremely, extremely satiated, still be allowed to taste this flavor of sweet in a day, avoiding ultra-processed carbohydrates, eating mostly whole foods, with 5% of their daily caloric intake, between 5 and 10% of their daily caloric intake being from a processed food, which would be the plant's protein. And then they would be able to be completely hydrated with enough electrolytes, with enough amino acids, plus their micro and macronutrient profile is completely blocked. So there's completely filled in a prophylactic way. So they are not experiencing any food cravings simply from lack of nutrients. And then we would focus on having them get at least 7 to 8 hours of good sleep every single night, limiting screen time towards the end of the day. Stress relief is 30 minutes a day minimum, just stress relief, and then 30 minutes a day of just walking. In 3 months, we do that for 3 months, build the habits of doing that for 3 months. Then we have them start working in different once a week indulgences, and then making sure that they are practicing on the next day, making sure they're back on plan, because that's the problem. Most of the time people have an indulgence and then they fall off the wagon. And what we're trying to do is build a lifestyle that includes that. So there's no on and off. It's just your lifestyle. I know. I mean, people oftentimes say that I'm stupid, but it sounds pretty fucking commonsensical to me. Inertia works for the kinetic, just like it does for the static. Yep. Do people realize he gives all of this professional advice right now for free? Thank you very much, Ant. I appreciate it. Nectar is the best supplement I've ever had. Best fruit punches as well. Man, hydroglyph is really, 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 really good. It's really, really tasty. Nectar is very, very good. I love the honey ginger one, but I also love the fruit punch one. The fruit punch one's just delicious. I walk every day. Helps me lose 170 pounds. It's doable. No excuses. It's safe. It's doable. It's repeatable. Outstanding job to you. Run Blade. I'm down 42 pounds since January 1st. I'm looking to build more muscle. What's the best protein supplement on the market? Run Blade, I would really like for you to try to add just an extra half a portion of actual real protein if you can, like another half portion, like 2 to 4 ounces of chicken breast, 2 to 4 ounces of chicken thigh, 2 to 4 ounces more of meat. I'd like you to add that first instead of going to supplements, because what happens is if you're trying to build more muscle, you want to do that over time and just have the building blocks for it. You don't necessarily want to add a supplement in because you want this to be the way you're going to eat. If it was a temporary increase, like if you were temporarily bulking, like some weightlifters do, then I would suggest like, okay, you want to increase your calories 200 to 300 a day because you're trying to bulk up. You want to make that a protein shake. And what that does is you're replacing something you would normally drink of just water with something that has protein in it with extra calories in it. And then when you're done with that, and if you start getting a little too fat, if you start like your body fat's building up, because you're not going to build muscle fast enough to not gain fat when you add extra calories. I mean, no adult male does. And unless you're on like a large amount of shit. Okay. But you can then pull that back. And for the person that's just temporarily bulking, they haven't fucked with the volume of food that they're habitually used to ingesting, right? Because that's what a huge thing that happens. People end up eating huge portions of food and a lot of food. And then no matter what, they just feel like they're not eating as much because they have to cut back the portions of food. So if you already eat mostly a whole food diet, and then you eat more of a whole food diet, no matter what, it's going to feel like a diet when you start restricting yourself, because you're going to be eating less volume and less food, and you can't really change that out too much. So if you are temporarily bulking, then add a protein shake. I obviously suggest MTS or Planta because I'm partners with these people. And Mark, Sean, and Mike just know how, like, all the Planta proteins taste very, very, very good. The MTS Nutrition Whey shakes are just ridiculous. So good. So incredibly good. But that would be my suggestion. Let's see. I'm going to answer a few more questions, then I'm off, guys. Then I'm off to go film some stuff. I want to do the same. We were working on it. Got quail now and having chickens on the way, getting meat rabbits. I'm definitely going with meat rabbits first, I believe. Meat rabbits are almost like a magical thing. I don't understand how they eat so little and produce so much. Their poop is actually, you don't even need to compost it. It's just fertilizer. They literally poop fertilizer for your plants. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Growing rabbits is actually great for the environment. We should switch over from chickens to rabbits, but rabbits apparently are too cute, you know? I went to read atheism books by Alan. Better use a ghost name for that one. Look for a book called The Greatest Lie Ever Told. It will be out hopefully in a couple of years. That's my pet project. I've been writing it for a while. So it's about heaven, and it's about the creation of Earth and everything like that. So it'll be the next wave of death threats I get. Talk about money. IG and Facebook just stated they are no longer paying content creators. I wonder if YouTube is next. It wouldn't surprise me at all. It wouldn't surprise me from that. I don't depend on this money. Here's my thing. Don't pay me at all. Just let everybody see my shit. Anybody that wants to watch my shit, let them see that, you know? Never tried rabbit. Rabbit is amazing. You just need to make sure you have other fats that you can have with it too, because rabbits are so lean that there's a thing called rabbit poisoning. It's because it's so lean, you don't get the essential fats if you only eat rabbit. She's doing better. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. She's doing better. Thank you, everybody. I live in the mountains. It's awesome. Do you ever do whatever you want with your land and nobody complains? That's what I can't wait for, motherfuckers. That's what I cannot wait for. Thank you very much. When my mother passed away, that was when I knocked on the door and seeing the changes I need to make. I'm glad you made some changes. Alan's like the older brother figure I wish I had. Man, thank you very much. That's a really cool compliment. It really is. This is exactly why I hate taking off work as a psychotherapist. Why I hate taking off work as a psychotherapist. Well, thank you very much. I think. I don't know. True about being altruistic. Good. And let's see here. I'm scrolling down from BMI to 50 to 30 for the first time in years. 300 to 230 right there. Bam. That's fucking amazing. Great goddamn job. That's a great job. Great job. There were a lot of think pieces about how fat phobic the Oscars were. Jesus Christ, fat phobic. It's ridiculous. So fucking stupid. All right, I'm scrolling down to get to the last of the questions. So if you've asked something, please feel free to re-ask. I'm going to start right here towards the end. I've been rabbit hunting for years. I should get a few before season's over. Good for you. Can fertilize your and mow your lawn. Exactly. So again here, guys, here is a link to the coaching. And if you want me to do something like I outlined what I would do for those two, let me know. Alan, how do you cope with people denying your lived experience of living in a bald man's body? As a fellow baldy ally, it's really triggering. I love being bald. It's very strange when people insult that. Like especially it's like the younger people. What I always tell them, like it's normally like the young girls from the fat acceptance community, and I always tell them the next time you're sitting down with your mom or your dad, likely, have them watch a movie of The Rock or Vin Diesel or Jason Statham or Bruce Willis, and watch the expression on their faces. That'll be enough. We have goats, rabbits, and chickens. Good for you. This is the way. We'll start building a community of that, because here, once Crystal and I buy property here in a little while, I'm going to start doing content on that shit too. Maybe even on a different channel. We'll see. Anyway, guys, I tell you what, it's been 40 minutes, and my deep, again, just so we understand, my deepest, very sincere offer to either April Lauren and or Beatrice Caruso, if you guys have left YouTube because you realized it was not healthy for you, as I initially suggested, since I have made money from the videos I've made about you, I would gladly coach either and or both of you for free for 3 months and sign a non-disclosure agreement that states that as long as you don't ever mention it to anybody, I won't ever mention it to anybody. And that offer stands. Now, if both of them come back with some sort of bullshit excuses, expect to see a video from me destroying both of them. But if not, that's a very sincere offer, and I hope you take me up on it. I hope all of you have a great day. I'm going to be making some other shorter videos here later. Thank you all for joining, and I will be back live tomorrow. God damn.